We start tonight in the Middle East. Israeli forces have surrounded Gaza City, the largest city in the Gaza Strip. They're now working to clear out explosives and Palestinian Hamas militants hiding out in underground tunnels.
While the ground assault has been successful, the airstrikes have drawn global criticism for the amount of collateral damage. Large numbers of civilians have died or been wounded from the bombardments. And we now know one of those killed by Israeli air was Thabet, a Michigan State University fellow. He was killed in an attack on Sunday.
15 members of Thabet's family were also killed in that attack. A devastating loss for members of the Islamic community here in mid-Michigan who are horrified by the violence that's happening thousands of miles away.
News 10's Riley Connell is live in the newsroom with more.
Ann and David, it was the Islamic Center of East Lansing that first reported the death of Tariq and other members of the Thabet family. I spoke with a trustee from the center who says they're doing what they can to honor Tariq's memory and shed light on the massive loss of life happening in Gaza. A room for Islamic prayer, once used by Tariq Thabet, is now a place for loved ones to pray for his rest in death after Thabet was killed by an Israeli airstrike in Gaza.
This was personal. This is somebody who lived with us for a year and a half or so.
A scholar who spent 10 months at Michigan State University with the Humphrey Fellowship program.
Trying to learn, trying to interact with people, trying to give lectures at the same time.
While Thabet studied and shared his passion for economics, he spent time building friendships within East Lansing's Islamic community. People who had a chance to know Thabet, like Thassan Sardar, remember his positivity, despite the tragedies he witnessed while living in Gaza.
Despite all the pain and suffering that he's endured, you could never tell that by the smile on his face.
In the past couple of days, I've been offering condolences to the Islamic Center in Lansing, where he was a congregant.
Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin also sharing sympathies for Thabet's death and fighting for a resolution between Israel and Palestine. The Congresswoman voted against a House proposal to cut U.S. spending to fund Israeli relief, but says she's saving her yes vote for an upcoming Senate proposal.
It supports Ukraine, it supports efforts in Taiwan, it has humanitarian assistance for Gaza, in addition to the president's request on Israel.
Every day we think that we've seen the worst, and only to be deceived that next day it's been even worse.
A tragic loss, reminding people in mid-Michigan the true cost of war on both sides of the front line. In a statement to News 10, a spokesperson for the Michigan State University Humphrey Fellowship says the program is deeply saddened to learn of Thabet's death and the death of his family, and that his goal was to take what he learned at MSU and use it to improve Gaza's economy. The Islamic Center of East Lansing tells me that a service is being planned to honor Tariq's memory, but a date has not yet been set. Live in the newsroom, Riley Connell, News 10.
Riley, thank you. President Joe Biden has called for a pause in the fighting so humanitarian aid can reach those affected by the war in Israel as well as Gaza.